What's up, guys? So today on this kind of Shoky Quickie, we're going to take a look at an action figure, which I don't do a whole lot, not really. And it is my first Star Wars Black Series figure. And it is, of course, Obi Wan Kenobi Force Spirit. So from episodes 5 or 6. Either way. He was in both. And this is actually a Walgreens exclusive. This thing is actually pretty neat. Caught my eye the second I saw it. I debated briefly on whether or not to get it, and I went ahead and did. And for the most part, it's about $20. I don't know if anybody is probably price gouging or anything online, but, you know, that's what it should be worth. You should be able to get them at most Walgreens stores. I've seen them around all over the place. So you get Star Wars Black Series here. You get, of course, black logo around there. And comparatively, almost all other Black Series packaging has a red background and a red outline and a black or red side. This one was blue, so it definitely stood out. So you get a really nice rendition there of Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi. You got Obi-Wan Kenobi Force Spirit, Esprit de la Force. Or actually, it's Esprit, probably. Then you got Age, Idadi, 4+. Hey, I'm right in the middle of that. Hasbro logo there. Now, one way you know that it's a special one, they don't have a number on the side. They have a Walgreens exclusive C3PO that also is very similar to this. No number, just says the same stuff. Now, if you come to the back, you get an entire read-up there. I'm going to read it very quickly. A legendary Jedi Master, Obi-Wan Kenobi is a noble man and gifted in the ways of the Force. He trained Anakin Skywalker, served as a general in the Republic Army during the Clone Wars, and guided Luke Skywalker as a mentor. And then the rest of it's in different languages. I was about to read it until I realized it was different languages. So you get a repeat of that same beautiful artwork. I gotta love that. Part of me wants that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that as the thumbnail whenever I get there. That's pretty cool. You get your choking hazards. Will make 0 to 3-year-olds cry. Misen garde advertencio. Atención. Atención. I don't know. You got StarWars.com, StarWars.Hasbro.com, and stuff like that. Disney, Star Wars logo there. Stuff on the bottom. No one cares. Come over to this side. It just says all the same things on the side, but also says Obi-Wan just in really big letters. So let's go ahead and get him out of here. Get him out of his little plastic prison because he's awesome like that. Alright, guys. So here we have Obi-Wan out of the packaging and kind of fading into the background. He is a ghost. That's what he do. So obviously they couldn't make the entire figure just straight up see-through. It'd be a little bit boring. So they left him to where he's sort of transitioning between the two. They gave it this really nice, like, you can see the sheen on there. So it's like a bluish silver sheen just kind of all over it, like glitterized. Now, mind you, some of the paint isn't great. So I can tell the upper torso is probably based off the exact same figure that they had before. Same here, and probably even same on the upper arms. But everything below that, because they start going into fading, is cast in this clear plastic or translucent plastic. And then they fade the paint in and out. So they do the nice silvery bluish wash, and then they hit it with the tan for the robes. So just that's the same way, but I think right in here on the bottom of the robe it looks a little sloppy. Now, the funny thing is, to me, he almost looks like he was wandering through like a puddle of silver goo, and it just got everywhere. So that's pretty neat. Now, he doesn't come with any accessories, which is kind of sad, but frankly, as a ghost, he has no accessories. He's got nothing going on. I do like this robe. So he's got the extra hood robe thing going on, whereas that would have been a brown fabric in the original one. Is now this light purple sheer sheeny fabric that really truly adds to the effect. Does it look screen accurate? No, not by any means, but I like it, though. You have to be real careful with it. That sheer fabric is really super thin. I think if you really want to, you could get it off of him. I don't really want to. So if we pull it up, you can see the back is all done the exact same way, the same sheen on everything. And it looks really, really good. As for details, you got some decent paint. You got his brown undershirt, but actually it's spilled over a little bit there. You've got his brown belt. He's got a little pouch right there with some kind of brass colored or bronze colored buttons. Same thing right here on the belt, although they missed the belt loops right there, the belt hooks. Now you do have his lightsaber hook right there. Of course, he doesn't need it in death, sadly. And the belt does go all the way around. Other than that, it's pretty much all translucent plastic. So you're not getting a whole lot of other detail. And it does look like some of this tan is like really caked on right through there. I mean, mind you, he died probably a little bit dirty. He'd come out of the sand, ended up in the Death Star, and that's where he died. Spoilers. But the face sculpt is actually really good. Let me bring my light down a little bit better here. That does really look like a decent Alec Guinness. Even got the blue eyes. Nice faded grayish beard, although it is way too close to his actual color of his shirt. That bothers me a little bit, but I do dig it. Even painted the neck. A little bit sloppy, but the color matches very nicely. I can live with it. Now let's talk articulation. Starting at the head, it is a swivel here and a disc hinge up and down, so he can look up that far, he can look down only about that far. Beard sort of gets in the way. Come over to the shoulders, you got a little disc hinge here, pretty much universal, so you can go all the way around. You just got to watch the robe, so you don't want to pinch it or twist it. You can bring it up at 90 degrees, that's it. It ratchets down a little bit, and maybe that's just really rough, but that's what it feels like. It feels like it ratchets. But you can rotate it a little bit. You can bend him at his single elbow and try to give a high Darth. High. But the way the shape is, he can't bend even to 90 degrees. So that's kind of disappointing. Come down to the hand, and you've got a swivel right there, and disc hinge built in. Just be careful because translucent plastics, they will give out eventually. I already think it's cracking. Nope, that's just the way it's going through the hand. Okay, now he does have the holding hands like so instead of any expressive hands, because normally he'd be holding a lightsaber. But once again, no accessories in death because, you know, you don't need them. That should be a new saying. No accessories in death. What was that? What's that, Luke? There's no accessories in death. Alright, so we come down to the torso, and it is basically a double ball joint. So you got ball joint here, ball joint down there. You can make his belly completely exposed, so he's being cut open by a lightsaber. No! Okay. He can come forward that far, he can twist, he can do all the things. He can shimmy, 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 shimmy with your spirit self. Yep. Alright, that was probably really inappropriate. And you come down here, the skirt of the robes are just flimsy, flimsy plastic, so you can pull it open. You can see his clear pants. He's got clear, shiny pants. Now, it gets really abrupt up here at the thigh cut, but it is what it is. Now, the skirt does limit movement, so you're not going to get a huge Jean-Claude without ripping anything open. The pouch on this side actually really does limit things. If that was a separate piece, that'd be great. Unfortunately, it's not, so you can't even do the splits effectively. And if you want to try to do it the other way, also, same problem. You can only go about that far. Now, the thighs do rotate, although it's incredibly tight. And if it wasn't covered, the molding does ruin the look, like, instantly. I like the fact this is still textured. Like, the pants are actually still textured. That's pretty good. Like a very nice denim kind of flavor going on there. Flavor. Texture. The knees actually were so stiff when I got it out of the package, I could not bend them. And actually see there, it's still very stiff. It is ratcheted. You can get that much bend out of it. I really dig this. Actually, that looks incredibly ghost-like. It really, really does. Like Ghostbusters level of ghost. Not Star Wars ghost. But that blue sheen on there, on that translucent, slightly bluish plastic, looks beautiful. But that gets a little wonky with the way that knee is cut out. But that's why the robe cover is there, right? Right. Come down here, and you have just a disc hinge on the foot, and it pivots just a little right through there, making a very awkward ankle. And you've got stuff stamped in the bottom of the foot, Hasbro, China, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's him in a nutshell for the most part. Now, guys, I'm not entirely certain this was worth $20. There's no accessories, stuff like that. The mold is neat. The paintwork is really cool. And being that it is an exclusive figure, maybe worth about 15. I'd knock about $5 off. So if you guys have points saved up or you got coupons or something, I would definitely suggest getting this guy. You know, maybe somebody will sell one on the secondary market for not too expensive. But real quick, I need a comparison. So here's Wally. Wally, this is Obi Wan. He's a ghost, so realistically, I don't think you can touch him. You can try. This is not Jesus. Despite what he looks like, he's not actually Jesus. He's just a ghost. So let's try to get Obi Wan in a pose where he's trying to interact with Mr. Wally, with the Wally here. It's always for the pictures, guys. There we go. That looks really, really good. And because it's a round, there he is next to little 2.2-inch Bowser. Here he is with G1 Grimlock. And here he is with an HG Gunpla. So, around about that same size. So guys, that's going to be it for this quickie. If you guys really like this, make sure you leave a thumbs up, a little Spirit Force thumbs up, Force Spirit thumbs up. And guys, I'd like to thank my patrons, as always. Andy, Steve, John, you guys are great. You're awesome. And as usual, guys, remember as always, may the Force be with you.